Tonight on PB at Night, we're going to talk about a really cool application. Not application, whatever. It's a Chrome extension, Firefox extension. You can get it anywhere, and it interfaces with some of the most popular websites, including Twitter and Facebook and everywhere. It's called Buffer App. We're going to talk all about them. Bufferapp.com. All this week, all tonight, PB at Night.
PB at Night, episode 52. It's Monday, June 11th, 2011. Bufferific.
Monday, July 11th, yes. Is that not what Jacob said?
Yeah, and you know what it is?
You
know what?
Free Smoothie Day.
You know what? It's June in my calendar, okay? It's June in my calendar.
Today is Free Slushy Day.
It is.
If you have a 7-Eleven around you, which there's no 7-Elevens around here.
Just bust up in a racetrack or something, be like, I want a free smoothie!
We need to find some gas station, which I know that doesn't do that price matches.
But you do know what else today is.
What is today?
Boom!
Mad Monday!
Mad Monday!
For those wondering, just a really quick info bit here. The live stream will return on either Tuesday or Wednesday whenever I get those 50-foot Ethernet cables, which we kind of need to stream 24/7. Well, we don't really need. Optimal quality requires that we have two 50-foot Ethernet cables.
This is also the first PB at Night with a new studio.
Boom!
New studio, yay!
Oh yeah, I might better mention this. Eric did a nice time lapse of us setting up the new studio, which it actually took us 4.5 hours to set it up.
And he did it in 4.5 minutes.
Yes. And you can check that out, pbcasttv.com. It's filed under our blog, so I think if you... I don't want to say this out loud, but let me try it out real quick. Oh, that's not going to work. Just head over to pbcasttv.com and look at the blog category, and you'll find it there. Oh, cool. So, yeah.
And you can get some liver cancer treatments. And
yeah, and Smoothie was kind enough to donate us some money so we could register pbcast.tv. And we're still in the process of kind of porting that over to our website. So, anyhow, let's talk about Buffer App. I became known. That didn't really sound right.
Everybody knows me on the internet.
No. I was informed about Buffer App actually by Johnny Roundtree, I think his name is. Roundtree. It's like
Roundtree?
Roundtree. I think that's how you say it. He retweeted one of their tweets. Now, Buffer App is a really cool... first off, they're really cool on Twitter because they send out different... You'll see me retweet them every once in a while because they put out some great content. They essentially detail how cool Buffer App is, and they show you how you can use it. So what Buffer App is it allows you to schedule tweets, and it does this very easily by having a Chrome extension, a Firefox extension, and a bookmarklet if you're using Safari or Midori or something like that. That they do not support. You can still use the bookmarklet. And on bufferapp.com, you make your own username and password. That's pretty much all it requires. And Jeb's going to show a video. You can go ahead and show that.
I mean, you can show it if you want.
Let's show it.
You want to show it?
Bring it on.
Let's show it.
I think this is... They have one that's a screencast.
Let's go to the video.
Let's go to the video.
Hi.
Hi.
With Buffer, we do the scheduling, so you can focus on the tweeting. First, install the Chrome extension. Now, whenever you find something worth sharing, hit the buffer icon. Edit the tweet. And add it to your buffer. In no time, you'll be filling up your buffer with tweets. No hassle, no scheduling, just buffer. Enjoy.
So, go back there for a second. Just a couple
Where are we going?
Just go...
Oh, gosh.
Go back in the video a little bit.
Oh, junk. Not back, but back.
There might be some screenshots on the website. I don't know, but anyhow. If you saw there, after
hit the buffer icon.
After he buffered the that story there, it sends
Here it comes.
it
It's
to
about
your,
to buffer it. It's
Yeah.
about to buffer it.
it sends it to
Here
your
it comes.
buffer, what I would call their dashboard. All right, now pause it
Wait
about
for it now.
now. All right, so here's your buffer dashboard, and this is really cool because it files them in multiple things. So you can, if you have the Pro account, the let me actually look and see what their upgraded account here has. I know it comes with, you can only, all right, so their Pro account is $10 a month. You can add 50 tweets to your buffer. You can have 3 Twitter accounts. You can have 2 team members. So Jacob and I could both use it if we paid $10 a month. And you get a free browser extension, which already comes with a free one. So you can use your own Bitly, which is kind of cool for me because I have my own little Bitly Pro account, which allows me to track tweets. And we'll get into it in a second. Buffer actually does some pretty cool tracking themselves. So what Buffer app is really interesting for is I like to share some news stories each and every week. For one thing, it helps me get a reaction on some of the on some of the stories we may cover on some of our shows. So like right now I've got a news story that is probably going to be one of our top ones on Tech Weekly unless something big happens. And that's scheduled to tweet out at 10 p.m. tonight. So if I get a lot of retweets on that, if a lot of people reply me and say, well, that's cool or something like that, I'll probably be more inclined to put that on our Tech Weekly rundown. So, yeah.
And by the power of grace, go, I command thee.
Anyhow, you can just, yeah, there we go. That one actually works perfect. So, Buffer gives you 2 different things. You can add, I think it's 10 tweets on the regular account, which is the free account. That's what I have. And you can buffer 10 tweets. And once you buffer, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it gives you a progress bar when you buffer something, and it tells you, well, you have such and such amount of tweets. And their $10 a month has 50 tweets. But I would go with the free account to start off at least. Cool thing about Buffer, Jacob actually suggested this, is whenever we're supposed to go live, we should buffer a tweet for us saying, hey, PB at Night's live, instead of having to live tweet it every time. I don't use it for that use case, but that's something that you could do. And there's other alternatives to this. Yeah, there's other alternatives to this. You guys may know Hootsuite, and I think CoTweet does this as well. But Hootsuite and CoTweet now have, they figured out how to monetize, and they kind of took those away or gave you limited functionality of those, and that's why I got away from using Hootsuite. So now I'm using Buffer. And Buffer app allows you to do a couple things. It allows you to tweet now, so you can use it as a real-time kind of tweet this story. Or you can use it as add to Buffer, and they give you, I want to say it's 4 selected times. Let me go into my account settings here.
I guess I just don't do as much content to be able to like.
I mean, you do have to actively put stuff into your.
I know, but I was just saying, like, the only reason really to do this is just so your content gets seen by people that might be like browsing your Twitter randomly.
Well, not exactly. I think the key
like, if
thing
you have
is
people following you on Twitter, then why would you need to do it at a certain time?
Well, see, the thing is, a lot of people who follow me follow 1,000 people, and this goes back to the Twitter discussion
about how we use Twitter.
So
this is for people that don't actually get notifications that they have new tweets.
Not exactly,
because
yeah, kind of.
You're like I'm going to show it to you at 12 so you see my tweet, or I could just tweet it and I get notified that you just did it.
I use it. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. It's there's been a couple case studies. People will get paid to do this. That they say, so before 8 a.m., a lot of 7:55 a.m. a lot of people go on to Twitter because they're about to clock in. They're like, hey, let me just look at Twitter. Let's see what Nick and Jacob are talking about.
Get the tweets.
Yeah, and I've heard you say this before. You check up on Twitter a lot at lunch, or you watch Hulu videos or something at lunch.
I actually keep Twitter open 24/7.
Well, true. But you do some things online at lunch because you have some free time, right? You mentioned that before. Yeah.
Yeah, at lunch. That's right.
And then a lot of people, of course, they're going to be on more actively after they get off work. This is for people who work, of course. But so I have mine set up.
For people that don't work, they'll be home all day looking at Twitter.
Yeah. True. Well, kind of. I don't know. So one of the interesting use cases I've seen is, for instance, Carlo and a couple other people that watch our shows are based in the UK. They're on a pretty different time zone than we are. And sometimes I'll tweet something to Carlo, and it might be 10 a.m. in the morning or something, or 6 a.m.
And Carlo's up for some weird reason. Hey, Nick, thanks for the tweet. You're like, well, what's going on, Carlo?
So I have mine set up at, you can change these, but I have mine set up at 6 a.m., 11 a.m., 6 p.m., and 11 p.m. So that kind of broadens the spectrum there. You can set them up. I know people that do this all the time. They have different times. Like, I think I was listening to Cliff Ravenscraft. This is real. Like, it was kind of weird. I'd already planned to do this, and I listened to his podcast earlier this morning. He was talking about buffer app as well, so no coincidence there. But they give you some stats. I've got two tweets in my buffer, and what happens is my buffer usually goes down in the weekends because I'm not actively searching as much, and also there's not as much tech news in the weekends, so I don't do as much pushing to buffers and buffering tweets, I guess you could say. I've sent 90 tweets with buffer as of now, and I think I've been using it for about 2 months, so I don't buffer all my tweets, but the main thing that...
I don't buffer all my tweets, but when I do, I use buffer. Because it's like the Deuces Ekis guy.
There are some pluses to using buffer. I use buffer for... I don't really use it for... I use it for spacing out my tweets in a way that people could see the content. But also, I know that you get pretty mad when I do like 6 tweets in a row.
When Nick stays home during a weather thing. Oh gosh, look at this cloud.
Yeah.
It's above the house. True. Look at it.
That is true. And
Alabaster, get ready. Here it comes.
Oh my gosh. We have a humidity warning.
Here it comes.
Humidity warning right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we would. It's 110% humidity. It's actually called rain, but you know.
Anyhow,
we love buffer, Eric.
And I'm big into these Chrome extensions. I'm pretty big on Chrome extensions, Chrome extensions. I was thinking
Chrome extensions? I think he's big on Chrome extensions.
I'm big on Chrome extensions. They also give you a cool analytics view, so they tell you how many retweets you got on that post. They tell you how many clicks and how many people viewed it. So let's just say you retweeted me and you have I don't know 200 followers or 300 followers or something like that. That will
it's more like 89, but yeah.
Whatever. then my buffer app would show that 89 more people were able to see that, and then it would tell me how many of those 89 people clicked on it. I think it's pretty useful because Twitter doesn't provide an analytics service, and you have to use a third party. And this is really easy for me to use because it does analytics, it spaces out my tweets for me, and it also will pre-schedule them.
So are they the ones that had the jump URL thing, or is that just everybody?
J.MP?
Yeah. That's
a Bitly. Bitly acquired that a while back. But yeah, they use Bitly's APIs. I think that's how they do some of their analytics.
They kind of basically do... They give you a Bitly thing...
On their own
little kind of IP address.
And yeah, that's one
so they can look at it.
Pretty much.
Then rebroadcast it back to you.
Yeah. They've gotten some press. I'm looking on JUP saying you can. They've been featured on Read Write Web, TechCrunch, the Next Web. I think that is, and App Storm. Pretty interesting application. It's not for everyone. Like I don't know if Jacob would. I don't think this interests Jacob very much, but it interests me.
Well, I share things like when I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I share things, and then most of the time I'm just like, and then I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. I'm looking at some other ones. They are the people that brought you One Page, which back in the time, this was pretty big. You know, when they were going through About.me, they were one of the first people to do that. So myonepage.com is another one of their properties. Overall, I think it's a really cool social media tool. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but
there's all the stuff right there
for the use cases. Yeah, there's. What is the $30 a month? Does it give you like 100 tweets or something?
$30 a month. A continual stream of content from your followers. Unlimited tweets in buffer.
Oh, unlimited.
Unlimited Twitter accounts. 4 team members' accounts. Free browser extension. Use your Bitly details. Daily tweeting patterns. And direct line to founder. That's all you get. That's the only one that lets you have a direct line to the founder. Yeah. So dish out the $30, you get to talk to the guy who did it. Or just find his email by trolling.
And more than likely, I bet the Buffer app people will watch this because they're really good about, indexing everybody who looks at their stuff. So, hello guys at Buffer app. I think one of the...
Hey founder, what's up?
I think one of the people that runs it, his name is Leo.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Hey founder, what's up?
I think one of their tweeters, people that tweets on their accounts, name is Leo. Not quite sure.
Leo.
But I would definitely recommend that you guys follow Buffer app on Twitter if you don't do anything else. They tweet a lot about social media strategies, and they're really good about answering questions as well. So, yeah, Leo W-I-D, at Leo W-I-D, Wid. Anyway, pretty cool. Alright, guys, so I guess that does it for this episode of PB at Night. What am I looking at here? Yeah, sorry. You can follow...
I have 192 followers now on Twitter? When did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh,
I tried to give you 200 followers, but you're like, oh, it's 87.
No, it's like 89. I think Carlo's not looking right. Follow Nicholas on...
95.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones, nickjones.me. And you can follow Jacob on Twitter, twitter.com/freakinhuge, FREAKINHUGE. Follow his website, jroberts.me. I'm telling you, somebody's looking at your website and it's referring to our website every day. Every time I look at our analytics, boom. We've got at least one referral from jroberts.me.
That's the way I go. I think it's my mom, actually.
Is that like the only way she knows how to get to it?
I was like, just go to my website, jacobroberts.me, and then click on pbcasttv. She's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. So, there you go. Make sure to check out pbcasttv.com. We do shows on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Live.pbcasttv.com. And after Wednesday of this week, we will be live streaming 24/7 again. And you can find us on Mixlr, mixlr.com/pbcasttv. I think that is. I'm not quite sure. So anyway, guys, until next time, I am Nick Jones.
I'm Jacob Roberts.
And this has been another episode of PB at Night.
Oh, yeah.